A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke, chapter 2, verses 41 to 52. The passage is taken from the Message version of the Bible. Every year, Jesus' parents traveled to Jerusalem for the feast of Passover. When he was 12 years old, they went up as they always did for the feast. When it was over, and they left for home, the child Jesus stayed behind in Jerusalem, but his parents didn't know it. Thinking he was somewhere in the company of pilgrims, they journeyed for a whole day and then began looking for him among relatives and neighbors. When they didn't find him, they went back to Jerusalem looking for him. The next day, they found him in the temple, seated among the teachers, listening to them and asking questions. The teachers were all quite taken with him, impressed with the sharpness of his answers. But his parents were not impressed. They were upset and hurt. His mother said, "Young man, why have you done this to us? Your father and I have been half out of our minds looking for you." He said, "Why were you looking for me? Didn't you know that I had to be here, dealing with the things of my father?" But they had no idea what he was talking about. So he went back to Nazareth with them and lived obediently with them. His mother held these things dearly, deep within herself. And Jesus matured, growing up in both body and spirit, blessed by both God and people. The Gospel of the Lord.
Good morning. I am Father Jose and this is Coffee with God. Today let us listen to a short reflection on the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 2, verses 41 to 51. Mary kept everything in her heart. The celebration in honor of the Immaculate Heart of Mary holds a profound significance in the Christian faith, closely intertwined with the solemnity of the most sacred heart of Jesus. This connection is not coincidental. Mary, in her deep love for her son Jesus, extends this love to all those for whom her son lived, died, and was resurrected. It is important to remember and contemplate the heart of Mary after having contemplated the meaning of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. We Christians have a lot to learn from Mary's heart. Mary is our teacher of the Christian life, who teaches us to give a complete and unconditional yes to the will of God. Like any of us, Mary also had to walk through that process of faith in which not everything was clear at the beginning. The painful and anxious 3 days of searching when the boy Jesus was lost in the temple would later repeat in the 3 days Mary lived through from Good Friday to Easter Sunday. Not everything was clear to her. However, Mary kept everything in her heart with faith and trust. Mary's heart teaches us not to lose hope and to meditate God's word in our hearts to discern the will of God. Saint Anthony Mary Claret, a 19th century Spanish missionary, propagated the devotion of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. He founded the religious congregation of the Missionary Sons of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, also known as the Claretian Missionaries. Saint Claret composed the following prayer to Mary, which is inscribed in his chapel in Spain. O Heart of Mary, furnace and instrument of love, enkindle me with the love of God and my neighbor.